Space Station, and Nicole Mann inside Endurance, confirming that they heard the go for equalization.
It's on 3 for ops products.
With you, Sam?
Yeah, I know we've got some critical events going on, but we also have some time-critical activities after hatch opening. I just wanted to mention right now we're not able to refresh Optimus or access the ops products anywhere on iPads or SSCs.
Okay, we copy, Sam. We'll discuss down here.
And Houston, as a follow-up, it seems like one of the laptops now finally was able to open Optimus. So it might have been just a very slow situation for a moment. We'll keep looking at it.
Okay, we copy. Thanks for the report.
SpaceX Dragon on Dragon to ground for configuration.
Nicole, we're with you on Dragon to ground.
Okay, we're complete with section 5. We're standing by. We've got the suits drying. I've got 7 more minutes on the timer. Big picture, are you thinking that we're going to open the forward hatch and then go in for a quick hello and then come back to finish up with the suits and then step into the ISS procedure?
Dragon, that's a good read. We are going to step into the hatch open process right now and then have you come on back for some final cabin configuration steps.
Okay, copy. So we're going to, on your go, we will get that hatch open, and then I'll check with you before we enter ISS and say hello, and then we'll come back and finish up with our suits, and then we'll also execute 2.102.
Copy all, and that's a good read. Stand by 1.
And we have confirmation inside Mission Control that Crew Dragon is equalized to the International Space Station, and the crew inside Dragon and the ISS are ready for hatch open.
Dragon, SpaceX on the big loop, you are go for Dragon hatch opening for the decal, followed by the remaining actions in 4.400, Section 6.
Dragon copies. We're opening the forward hatch and finishing up Section 6.
And you just heard confirmation to the crew that they are go for hatch opening. And you can see smiling and waving, the forward hatch on the Crew Dragon Endurance has been opened. The crew inside International Space Station are all smiles and waves as they see the beginning of ingress from the Crew-5 crew from Dragon Endurance. And that was a confirmed hatch open at 5:49 p.m. Central Time, 6:49 p.m. Eastern Time. That hatch we've been waiting for is now open since docking at 4:01 p.m. Central Time, 5:01 p.m. Eastern Time. Hatch opening taking place at 5:49 p.m. Central, 6:49 p.m. Eastern Time. All smiles on the International Space Station as they eagerly await the ingress of Crew-5. The hatch is open, but Crew-5 astronauts will need to work through a few more steps and gather some imagery as well. At the time of hatch open, Dragon and the International Space Station were flying 263 statute miles above the South Atlantic Ocean. It may be just a couple more minutes before Crew-5 astronauts ingress the space station to be welcomed onto their new home for the next 6 months as a part of Expedition 68 as they walk through a few more procedures. The crew inside of Dragon Endurance are installing some IMV ducting, mixing the air of the space station environment with the air inside of Crew Dragon Endurance. They'll seal some of the LiO or lithium hydroxide cartridges that scrubbed carbon dioxide inside of Dragon capsule on the ride to the International Space Station, and they'll check some vent valves as well, so maybe just a little bit more time until we welcome them on board the International Space Station. And here we come through. First one through the hatch is going to be Nicole, Mann, commander of Dragon, and now the first Native American woman to live and stay aboard the International Space Station. All hugs and smiles going around. Next one through the hatch is Josh Cassada, the pilot of Dragon. He's getting his welcome and hellos from the crew aboard International Space Station. And we see right now, right past Nicole Mann's hair, is Koichi Wakata of JAXA coming through the hatch. And last but not least, Anna Kikina of Roscomos just entered the International Space Station, and Crew-5 is officially ingressed from Dragon Endurance into their home for the next 6 months, the International Space Station. And with the addition of Crew-5 on board, there is currently 11 astronauts inside the International Space Station. We're currently in a brief handover between satellites and should have the acquisition of signal back shortly. Bring you more views inside the International Space Station. Just moments ago, we saw Crew-5 ingress the station. And now we have the 11-person crew of Expedition 67 now all together in Node 2 of the International Space Station. Typically, we'd have a welcoming ceremony shortly after ingress of the crew. However, today, the crew will be unloading critical science and investigations, as well as finishing up some of those procedures to make Dragon ready for their 6-month stay docked to the International Space Station. We are expecting a welcoming ceremony around 7:15 p.m. Central Time. We'll have a brief intermission between the ingress of the crew as they unload that critical science and hardware from Dragon Endurance into the International Space Station. Again, we're expecting a welcome event for the crew around 7:15 p.m. Central Time, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And that was an incredible day and a 29-hour rendezvous for the Crew-5 crew after launching successfully yesterday from the Launch Complex at Kennedy Space Center, Launch Complex 39A, at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern. The crew docked at 4:01 p.m. Central Time, 5:01 p.m. Eastern Time. And just moments ago, at 5:49 p.m. Central Time, the hatch from Dragon Endurance was opened, and we just saw Crew-5 welcomed aboard the International Space Station. The population of the space station now at 11 human beings as a part of Expedition 68. It's been an incredible 24 hours for Crew-5, and from all of us here in Houston, welcome aboard Crew-5. That's our coverage for now, but do join us for the Crew-5 welcoming event and remarks at 7:15 p.m. Central Time. This is Mission Control Houston.